Welcome to another episode of the Perspective Podcast. Thank you to everyone who's been watching the pod. This is our 35th week. We keep going and we literally just keep posting the pod every week. No misses so far. Even if I have to record on a Tuesday, the day of the pod uploading, which I'm doing right now, we keep getting the work done because that's what it's all about. Whoever's watching, I thank you for watching because it means a lot to me and I'm grateful for that. This morning had such a wholesome day. Had such a wholesome start to the day. Woke up at 6 a.m, decided to do a long run. And as I woke up, my alarm always sounds nice. It's a calm alarm. Before my alarm went off in my dream, my auntie was talking to me. I don't know why she's in my dream. I don't know if it was either her or me who said good night. One of us said good night, whatever, cool. As soon as one of us said good night, my alarm goes off. So I'm confused. I'm scared because, not scared, but I wake up, like my alarm is loud, even though it's meant to be a quiet, calming one. It abruptly wakes me up. And when I wake up, it's dark. And I'm thinking, this can't be happening. Is summer really coming to an end? It is not meant to be dark. And then I open my blinds and I see the sunrise. And when you see like pink, like the best sunrise you could get, like it's literally pink. I'm thinking, yeah, let's get this run going. I'm amped up, ready to go on this run. As soon as we start running, actually before we even start running, we're going to our start position. Bro, it starts raining. I'm thinking, yeah, this is going to be peak running because the sun is rising, but it was still dark and it was not as bright as it is now. We literally start running and the rain is going crazy. That's peak running right there, running during the rain. Like I have a video of it and it was perfect. I always do my run at the park and then I finish it like just doing my run around the streets. It doesn't get better than that. It really doesn't. And I ran with no music playing, just hearing nature, hearing the footpaths, hearing literally everything, the rain, the trees, the wind. It's crazy, like when you're on a run, no music playing, your mind literally wanders. Your mind goes, it wanders, and physically you want to stop, but there's no part of your body that's going to let you stop. That's the perfect thing about running. You could just keep going. Your body will not stop unless you literally want it to, or unless you literally have to stop. So anyone out there, get your runs going because it does wonders, especially in the morning. It's a double way to start the day because that's your workout done. Then you have the whole day to do whatever you want to do. If you work during the day, hey, I hear it. But even if you have to wake up at like 5:30 or 5 to get a run done and then get ready for work, I'm telling you, it does wonders. Even if it's just a 5K run, just want to start the pod with some encouragement. You are enough and you are loved. Don't set yourself on the past perspective that is not growing and helping you to develop. Change that perspective and just keep growing and learning because you are better than you think and you will forever keep doing well. So if you're having a day of discouragement or if you're having a day that you just don't feel like doing anything or you're not at your peak mentally or you just feel like you're falling, keep going, keep your head up, put your chin up and just keep walking. Things are going to get better. You are doing well. The fact that you're still doing every little task you can to keep going is enough. Even if you have a week where you deload, even if you have a week if you can't deload, you are doing enough. But remember to, be easy on yourself because in this world, I know it can be tough seeing so many things on your For You page or on Instagram or Twitter of this lifestyle that you probably want, but you're just not there yet. Bro, just keep going because in due timing, it is all yours. It is literally arm's reach. You just have to keep going and not stop because that's the whole point, not stopping and just focusing on the journey, man. The journey is a beautiful part, so yeah, you are enough. Don't let that stop you from striving wherever you want to strive in life. But with that, you have to realize that it comes with suffering and you have to accept that because, man, this world is a wicked place. We're starting a podcast differently and we're going to do this little topic where we just talk about different perspectives. This is literally just off the dome where I think of different perspectives on which one would you rather have because with whatever perspective you have, there's always going to be a negative in that perspective, So, the first one, would you rather have too much money or would you rather have just enough money? And enough is like more than like enough to just go about your daily life, bills and stuff without having to worry about the paycheck, or just you're not living check to check basically. And me personally, I'll say that one, because having more money is literally more problems, especially in this life that we're living in. There's so many things that will literally go wrong. Obviously, you have the family expectation, there's always going to be more family problems, there's going to be more financial problems, there's going to be like the way that you got to the top, there's going to be people that are going to want to take that from you. And if you're in that part where you have more than enough and you just go on by your life and do what you need to do, not having to worry, that is literally financial. That the definition of financial freedom to me, anyway. I'd rather have that because, man, everyone wants more. Everyone wants more, even me included. But having that just enough to get by, it's just more than enough. Having your friends, family, and to just live, that is more than enough. Of course, sometimes things can happen in life that, regardless, you will get more than what you want because of just the way life is. Everything happens in unpredictable ways, and that's just the way it is. But on a deeper level, more than enough is always going to be enough, because you're able to just get by, even if you have little, because with that little, you strive to do, you're more hungry to do more. I think when you get to the point where you're too high or too like financially up there, depending on the person, you can get complacent, or you can really just get comfortable. And in this world, you should not be comfortable at all, because life comes at you fast. You should always be thinking, okay, what can we do to get better? What can we do to serve others better? Give our values and give our time better to other people or to other things that will benefit us long term. Because the short term may be good to just, be comfortable, be complacent, but long term, it will not help at all. Realistically, we got to grow, we got to evolve, and that's the way us humans have to live. We can't just keep doing the same thing, because it just gets boring, and two, we're never going to be satisfied. So regardless, we're going to have that instinct that we just have to keep going on to the next thing. And it's crazy that we can never be satisfied, and the only time we're satisfied is when we're just content with what we have now, and to just appreciate it. It's mental when you think of it like that, but yeah, that's just an open perspective. What would you rather have? Too much, little, or just more than enough that you don't have to worry about like your bills and stuff, because you're okay, you're okay. Is Gunna's album still in your rotation? Because it is for mine. I'll be listening to songs like GP, Sat Passe, Many Nights. I still don't listen to the one with Burna Boy, We Get Fucked Tonight. It's really not in my rotation. It's cool, but it's just not something that I would really listen to. I really like the song. What is the song called? Damn, I'm gonna have to back up my phone for this one. Can't Forget, Let It Sink In. Can't Forget Again, and Endless. Endless is up there, and Podcast. Those ones there go crazy, and On Me, and Can't Fuck With Me. Those ones there, fire. But yeah, I still be listening to Gunna's album. I think it's a good project. I'm not sure if it's better than his last one though, because his last one was heavy. His last one was really heavy. What was it called again? One of One. Yeah, that one was heavy. But this one is really good. Gunna needs to do a tour in the UK or something, because can't just be doing festival bookings, It is not be in Sam Fender's album. I still be listening to that album every day. Honestly, my music taste is changing and evolving every day. Like, I generally don't even be listening to... I listen to rap all the time, don't get twisted, but I'll be listening to so much Sam Fender, Palace, Miggy. It's literally a cycle, and then like Drake and then Travis. Those two artists, Drake and Travis, will always be in my top 5. Like, I'll never stop listening to them. But my top 5 is always changing, and right now it's heavily Olivia Dean as well. Olivia Dean, I say it every week, but she's just a top tier artist, man. She's really good, and if you haven't listened to her, go and tap into her song. At least listen to the song Lady Lady or Nice to Each Other, because those ones, heavy, really heavy. Reading and Leeds Festival was on the other day, and this is a recap of someone who wasn't even there himself. So on the Friday, reports were that they basically, the pyros were going so crazy that they low-key just set Travis on fire, which is tough because his pyros always go crazy, and for someone to be called the flame, could not handle the flame. But realistically, for a Travis set, people were upset that his set was not over an hour, even though it said that it was meant to be over an hour. If you've gone to see Travis at a festival, his sets are never gonna be over an hour. It's always gonna be literally an hour mark, unless you go to his concerts where they'll low-key be like an hour and a half or 2 hours. You're never gonna get that at a festival for Travis, bro. You're gonna get an hour set, and that's just the way it is, bro. He's gonna do sets. He don't really talk much. He just gets his songs going, says his little "I love yous," especially during My Eyes, and just gets it going. But yeah, it was nice to see the sets, even though he didn't stream it on BBC iPlayer. Of course, it didn't get streamed on BBC iPlayer. But hey, I was at work, so I couldn't really see it anyway. But yeah, literally, his sets fire. It was not the same as the Coachella set, because at Coachella he played songs like Hyena, Modern Jam, and when he played Modern Jam, he did the Nokia remix with it too. And what was another song that he did at Coachella? He did Skyfall, and yeah, he did like Thank God and all them other songs there. What was another one? And he brought out Don Toliver and Sheck West, Kick Out Dumbo. Those ones there fire. But yeah, Redding didn't get that, so I'm kind of happy. But at Reading, he played All My Decide. You guys are lucky, because that is a top tier song. That is a real top tier song to play, because man, All My Decide is such a good song. And I was seeing the videos as well, like the crowd weren't even going that crazy for that. But hey, yeah, I'd be in so much awe hearing that, because he does not play that at all. Like, he does not play that. So yeah, it was good to see him play All My Decide, watching it from the phone, not in person. And I was also deep in as well. During these past 4 or 5 years, we've seen Travis every year. So 2022, we saw him at London. 2023, we saw him at Wireless. 2024, we saw him during his Circus Maximus. And in 2025, we saw him at Coachella. I was thinking, you know how crazy that is? Like, we've seen him every year. Yeah, man, go see your favorite artists, bro. Go see them during every era, because it's worth it. It really is worth it seeing them during every era. And if you were to ask me what the favorite era of seeing Travis, 2019, the Asteroid era, because he played R.I.P. Screw, Astro Thunder, and Wake Up. He would never play those songs anymore. He would never play those. I mean, unless he does the songs where he like picks up just one song to perform, but he would never perform those songs again, especially Wake Up. Like, those songs are so... Astro Thunder is such a good song. Last night I was listening to Astro Thunder Slowed. Bro, Astro Thunder Slowed is such a good song. I'm gonna have to play a couple seconds of it so that you guys get the... Bro, and it gets better when it gets to... I don't even know if I should be doing this because of copyright, but hey man. Yeah. This part. Oh man, bro. Astro Thunder is such a good song. That is such a good song. But to hear that live is phenomenal. Like, it is a phenomenal song to hear live. You will literally levitate. You will levitate, bro, honestly. Travis is a very good performer, and it's good to see him doing Reading and Leeds performances, because Reading and Leeds, they're big festivals. It's good to see him doing bigger ones. Who knows, he'll be doing a Glastonbury at some point. Then he has his Circus Maximus tour that he's doing in Asia and Africa, and we will be there for the South Africa one. The reason why we didn't go Reading was because realistically I was not willing to pay for a ticket. And I believe while doing this creative journey, you know, we have some influence that we can just work with the festival itself. But it wasn't that timing. We did the most tagging Reading, we did the most messaging people. We literally did the most, but it didn't work out, and it's okay. We just have to firm it and just to keep going. On to the next. Who knows, we'll be there next year. I'll be honest with you. I'll be lying if I say it didn't hit because I was thinking, damn, what are we doing here? Like, we were supposed to be there, but it was not meant to be, and that's okay. You know, it may be a failure, but it's just a way for something greater to come in on the horizon. So just have to keep that open mind just to keep going. You know, if a little if a failure happens, you gotta keep your chin up and keep going, because there's something greater that's occurring, and it's just all about timing. It's all about that perspective as well. You gotta change it. Of course, it's easier said than done, because bro, I was pissed. I was not happy, but it happens, man. We move, we live, time passes, and when you realize that time will pass, you will literally feel better the next day or a couple of days after. It's just the first couple of hours when the emotions are there. It's tough, but hey man, it's the game. I'm still listening to McGee. Dijon. Is that how you pronounce it? Dijon. I may be saying it wrong. Dijon, but McGee, his sound is very, very euphoric. And if you haven't listened to his music still, go and tap in, because you will not regret it. And the songs that I'd recommend for you guys to listen to if you listen to McGee, well, if you don't, if you've never tapped into his music, just visualize like you're in America, right? Driving a convertible, driving alongside on a highway, yeah? And then to the left of you or right, wherever, you can see the sea, you can see the beach horizon, like you can see the beach and you can see a sunset, and you're listening to McGee. You listen to his album 2 Star No Dream Police, and the sunset is just setting and it's not moving. The sunset does not change during the whole album. The album is like 30 minutes long, so you're hearing songs like Break the Spell. That is a top tier song if you haven't heard it. You're hearing songs like How Many Miles, Little Bit More, Dream Police. You're hearing songs like I Want. You're hearing songs like You Got It. You're hearing songs like Candy. Bro, you're hearing top tier songs. You're hearing Rockman. You're hearing, what else is there? Lonely Fight, CZ, and then you're hearing Overtime. Like, those are the top tier McGee songs in my rotation, because every single song that he does, it just sounds good. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just, his music is phenomenal, and he's definitely that type of artist that he's gonna take time to release an album, because if you haven't heard it, bro, it just sounds really good. And he did not majority, but he did a few production works on Justin Bieber's album Swag. For you to call an album Swag is crazy, but yeah, McGee had production credits on Swag and Dijon. I know I'm saying it wrong, but how do you say Dijon? I don't know. But anyway, Dijon released his album called Baby, and I was listening to it the other day, and you can hear the influence. Like, they are both similar in terms of their music, but there's just some songs that just don't sit right for me. Maybe I just need more time. Like, McGee is the more chill, soothing one, and then he's the more rock influenced one, like more risky one, and then McGee's the more softer sound, you know, more of that wave sound that is just absolutely amazing. Peak music. Kamari dropped his album after years of anticipation. His last album was in 2023, A Brief Nirvana, and this album here, To Dry a Tear, is top tier. I know you heard the rhyming scheme, but yeah, To Dry a Tear is a beautiful album. If you haven't heard McGee, if you haven't heard Kamari's music, it's soothing, it's soft, it's poetic. The production is amazing, from the drums, the bass guitar, or acoustic guitar. I don't know if that's how you call it, but the piano, and then Kamari's voice, his vocals. Like, his music is very good, and I was late to listen to his music. I started knowing who he was. I started listening to his music last year, and it's been up since there. And then a couple months ago, he drops a single, Head in a Jar. I was thinking, yeah, man, he's back. And just hearing him sing, or just hearing him perform, hearing him sing is just amazing. Like, he's a good singer. And I like hearing his music because it's never gonna sound bad. Like, you can never listen to a Kamara song and think it doesn't sound good. It's always gonna sound good, and that's what makes it even better. He's still underrated, and he deserves more praise in his music because he's actually really good. He's better than not majority, but he's better than a few R&B artists because it's very organic and authentic to his style of music, and he does it with no features as well. He really should get out there and do some features or something because he deserves it, man. His music is really good and it sounds perfect. My favorite songs off his album is Close, He Said, She Said. I still like Head in a Jar, and there's another one. I love Lucy. That one is fire. I Love Lucy is really good. And then Acres, the whole album fire. Like, you should really listen to it if you haven't because, man, R&B albums are really doing a phenomenal thing this year. And then we have Daniel Caesar dropping. He's meant to be dropping an album in September, I think, but he dropped 2 singles, Have a Baby and then Call on Me or something like that. Both of them fire. I prefer Call on Me, and it's mental how his music is just evolving and changing every single time. And again, I was late to listen to Daniel Caesar's music. I still find it crazy that his album dropped the same day as Love is Rage 2, Cozy Tapes, and 17. His album literally dropped the same day, and Brockhampton dropped their album. Those drops in a single day is ridiculous. That's crazy. Imagine that now. Like Drake, Travis, Future, and then who else? Santan Dave, who else? Miggy dropping all in one day. That would be a head loss. If you're asking me on a deeper level who I'm listening to first, Miggy. No, I'm saying Drake, of course. Drake. But at the same time, I'd like to hear new Future. Future. Future, yeah. Future needs to actually no, he doesn't. He can take his time because he was dropping a bit too much last year. That he can take his time when it comes to album drops because he did a lot last year, but his a lot was really good. His a lot was really good, and I'm here for whatever he has to drop. But yeah, he can take his time with his music that he's got coming out. But yeah, we will be there for Daniel Caesar's album. Daniel Caesar really takes his time with his craft because his last project was 2023. I forgot what the album is called. Never Enough. I think it's called that. Yeah, I really enjoy that album. And my favorite of Never Enough is Please Do Not Leave and Disillusion. I remember watching his performance at Camp Flogner and he played Please Do Not Leave. Those guys are lucky, very lucky. He should do a tour in the UK. I was not able to see him when he came to do a show in the UK, and man, we will have to be there for the next one because his music is phenomenal. Before I started going on my run, I forgot that Tyler the Creator dropped his album, Don't Tap the Glass, and I really don't listen to it. I don't listen to it. There's two songs actually. Whoa. 2 songs, actually tell a lie, 2 songs that I if I was to play it, yeah, valid. Ring, Ring, Ring and Sugar on My Tongue. Those 2 fire. I really like, there's one with Yeba. Is it I'll Take Care of You? I may be wrong, but I'll Take Care of You's fire, but it's before the beat drop. I think when it gets to the beat drop, it's a bit too much for me. But other than that, it's fire. But yeah, I really like Ring, Ring, Ring. I think those ones and Sugar on My Tongue is fire. Just the production. I like the way that he did his production for that album. It's very abrupt. And it reminds me of Ego in terms of the abruptness. You know, I feel like Chromacopia and Call Me If You Get Lost are his most polished projects. But people may not agree with that. But Chromacopia and Call Me If You Get Lost are very polished and refined. It's not to say that his others are not, but it's very polished. And then this one is just chaotic, but that's the whole point. I think that's what it wanted for this project, and it worked. I'm still listening to Chromacopia, and the song that I really like from the album too is Ratata. That song at the gym goes crazy, and I don't think people actually understand how ridiculous that song is. Especially his lyricism on that song as well. It goes crazy, like it's really good. I'm on a mission, and the mission is to see Coldplay. And I don't know how I'm gonna upload this because I know that mom is going to. She sees my content. She's tapped in. So, mom, if you're seeing this, please do not listen. Like, please skip this. But I am on a mission, and my mission is to go and take mom to see Coldplay without her realizing that we're going to see Coldplay, because Coldplay is like my mom's favorite band. And growing up, I'd always hear mom singing the song "Fix You." She literally, I remember seeing her crying when listening to that song, and I was thinking, what is this woman doing? Like, what is going on? It's just a song. But as you get older, I'm thinking, you know what? I hear it. I hear it because she's cried to "I'll Fix You" and I've cried to Charlie Brown. Like, it's things like that that's like full circle. But yeah, she really loves Coldplay, and ever since, God knows when they started doing their tours, I've always wanted to take her to see Coldplay, but the tickets just always sell out, or I've just never had enough. Never. And then this year, they're on tour. But last year, they released their tickets for the tour, and we were literally there to go get a ticket. They sold out instantly. It was annoying. We wasn't able to get our tickets. But now that it's closer to the date, they're on their tour now. They're doing it in Wembley, like until September, and we have a chance to go. Well, we may have a chance. Actually, we will have a chance, because I'm looking on Ticketmaster every day to see if tickets are there. We haven't found any yet, and I'm not willing to pay on Viagogo because I know that they will just increase the prices ridiculously, and I'm not willing to do that. So my plan is to go to Wembley. Literally go to Wembley on Monday or Tuesday to just ask if there is any tickets, because you can just go to the box office. So go to the box office on either Monday or Tuesday, get a ticket, or even go on Ticketmaster the day before to get a ticket, because usually tickets will always be there on a weekday or the day before the concert. There's always going to be one or two, like there has to be, and I know there will. So we will find a way to do that, because yeah, we have to see Coldplay. I think that's an artist that I'd actually really want to see. Well, I know my mom wants to see them, and it's just not about me. And I know it may be expensive, it may not be, but for experiences like that, I can't not miss them. And I'd rather lose that just to see my mom smile. You know, it's really a beautiful thing to see your parents smile, and just to be happy, because that is what makes me happy. You know, see my family happy, see my family well. Family is very important, and I'll always say, like, just don't forget to spend time with your loved ones. And yeah, I feel like going to concerts with my mom is like one of the best moments to just be there with my mom as well. Like, listen to music that she grew up listening to, or I grew up listening to, or that we just really enjoy. I think moments like that are very priceless, and yeah, we've got to make that happen. So yeah, that is the mission. We don't have tickets yet, but we will have a ticket. I think they're doing their show on the 3rd of September. I think that's on a Wednesday. 3rd of September, we will be there, and I'm going to document everything. This pod goes out on a Tuesday, well, today, and their show is next Wednesday. So we will literally keep you guys updated for the next pod next week, because yeah, it's going to be something. I don't know how we're going to do this, but we will manage to find a way. I was watching Formula One, the film, yesterday, and shout out to them, because it's actually a fire film. Daniel Caesar and Damson Idris. Who would have thunk that you'd get that duo? And the duo did not miss. And during that film, it made me realize that less is more. You know, I can't be doing too much, because if you do too much, it ruins everything. Literally how Damson Idris, he was not moving tactical. He was being too quick with his driving, which led to him, I'm not going to spoil it, but you know, something good did not happen. But it's things like that that you really have to work slower, or just on less, for you to do more on what you want to do, because that is that's the ultimately best thing. And it made me think, from my perspective, that with this creative journey that we're on, sometimes I try to do too much, and it can mess up the quality on other areas. It can mess up just things in general, my relationships, my life, my health, my fitness, and my work, because I still have a job. I have 2 jobs, literally working at a bar and then creating content. To say creating content is a job is ridiculous, because that is something that is a dream of mine, but we're able to actually do that. But yeah, it really makes you think that, okay, you have to focus on less for you to gain more. You can't do too much. And sometimes I find it hard to just accept that, because, when you just want to do so much, but you just have to let it go and just to keep going. But that's what Formula One has taught me, well, the film anyway. Less is more, because you can't do too much. And literally less is more, especially with the way that you talk, because there's no need to sugarcoat or say too many things. You can just get to the point, be real about it, and move forward, because that is the best reward that you will get from doing that, not doing too much. I made a video talking about my top 10 songs from my favorite Atlanta artists, and there were songs from artists like Gunna, Lil Baby, Playboi Carti, Future, Young Thug, Gucci Mane, Migos. I think those are the ones. And I know that I missed artists like Jeezy, T.I., Andre 3000, Jid, CeeLo Green. CeeLo Green. I know there's a couple more, but obviously, yeah, those artists, they're GOATs, cool, they're top tier. But then it made me realize that it wouldn't really be authentic to me if I was to put them, because I don't really listen to those artists. I did not grow up really listening to them artists. Well, obviously you'd hear their popular songs here and there, but they weren't really the artists that I listened to. Well, Jid is recent. I do listen to Jid, but I wouldn't put him in like a top 10 for me anyway, because his music didn't impact me or wasn't as top to me like the other artists that I'd put there. And yeah, it just makes me realize that as you do music content anyway, the best way is to literally just be authentic and true to you, and not just do what everyone is doing or what you think people like, just because of history or just because of what people would listen to, because that's not you. People can sense that if it's not you, and that's something I'll always do with my content. I'll always do the songs that I like, or songs that resonates with me, or that I believe that people will actually enjoy, because that's the whole point. I'm not trying to do songs that are like, it's coded to what you have to do, because that's not fun. That is not fun. With those videos, I don't even have to think about the songs. Literally just put it in my notes or write it down, and then it's up. Sometimes I don't even have to write it down. It's just off the dome and it's there. That's the process of my videos. Like, it's randomly during the day where I think of an idea, what can we create, and either write down the songs of the artist, or just literally get in a car and start filming, or sit in this position and just film, because that's what it's all about. And then it made me realize that is what I love to do, like putting people onto new music, because there's so much music out there, and people may not know Hallucinating, people may not know Kelly Price, they may not know songs like You and the Six. They're just underrated songs that they just may not know about, period. And it's beautiful to put people onto that, because you never know how much of an impact that one song is helping them. There's so many times that I've listened to music where it just helps me mentally or just get through a day. So to be able to help someone, put them onto any type of song, it's beautiful, because they are known boo. If I know boo, then I want to give that boo knowledge to others, because music is therapy, and it's mental how much of an impact it makes on people's lives, especially mine. Music is very important, and yeah, that's one thing I'll forever do, put people onto new music in the most authentic way. The other day, I was feeling a bit down, because I was just thinking, damn, okay, our content is not even doing as much, it's not really blowing as much. And then it made me realize, why should we be feeling like this? Because we was in London the other day for two nights. We went to 2 events. Going to 2 events in London is crazy. We're from Birmingham, by the way. I live in Birmingham, so it's an hour and a half journey to get to London. It just feels like time is just passing by. If you would told me 2 years ago, when we started creating content, that we'd be in London, going to events, getting paid to go to these places, I'd be thinking, you're a mad one. We literally started creating content 3 years ago. when we was at Reading for our YouTube video, and that's what started everything, and we've literally just been going ever since. So to be able to just start from there and to be where we are now, the growth is endless. Like we even have short hair. Like who would have thought these things happening? But yeah, there's just something about putting people out to new music that I'll never stop doing, or just creating content. Having that creative mindset is something that's perfect because it can help someone, and it's that little sense of joy that is given to others as well. I'm willing to do that every day, no matter how difficult my days get, or no matter how much suffering I may endure. You know, we're always supposed to be here to give our value or give our company, because we are already enough, and that's to you listening. I'm not talking about myself. We are all doing enough, more than enough, and just have to change that perspective. Like, perspective is really key, and I do find it hard at times because there's so many times where your body it wants to stop, or it just wants to not do anything, but you can't do that. You gotta walk in confidence and humility rather than fear, because that confidence is what's helping you to prevail, and that fear is what's holding you back. So don't forget that while you're on this journey. I don't know who's listening to this, but just keep going, man. Keep striving. Whatever brings you that authenticity, what you love to do, drive and just go with it, because it will pay back. Of course, it's easier said than done, and it's never going to be easy. Like, look at me. You know, we've had 4 to 5 job changes in 2025 alone. I've never known anyone that's changed jobs so quickly or just moved jobs, because this year we started working at a clinic, and then we was doing bar work last year, but we changed jobs to another bar work, and then we did parcel deliveries. Those are the ones that we've literally just changed industries again and again, and the one that's always prevailing is this content stuff. So yeah, man, we got to turn it up a notch. We got to turn it up a notch and just keep going, because man, it is not easy out here. Again, thank you for always tapping into the episodes. Dominic Fike is an underrated artist. I was listening to his mixtape that I dropped the other day called Rocket, and it's actually fire. I've always been a fan of Dominic Fike. I was put onto him a couple years back when he released the album. The album cover is like it's got a mountain cover, and there's a song on there called damn, I gotta go and get it because it's a fire song. It's called Politics and Violence. Yeah, Politics and Violence, from his album What Could Possibly Go Wrong. That is a top tier album, and songs like Politics and Violence or Double Negatives, fire. Even songs like Mona Lisa from his last project, what is it, Sunburn, fire, because that just reminds me of Spider-Man. But yeah, his discography is good, and if you haven't listened to his music, you definitely should. It's laid back, it's chill, and he's got a good voice as well. His guitar, his production is always good. It really is just chill music, man, and that's really an era type of music that I'm enjoying more. If you were to ask me what my favorite album may be this year, it really may be Hopefully by Lil Kana. I can't stop listening to it. I cannot stop listening to it, as it's in my rotation near enough every other day, and especially songs like In My Mind, Horcrux, Hopefully, what else, Time to Go, and the outro, About Time. That album is beautiful. Oh my god, you can't forget the song Lion. Like, just the whole album is perfect to me, and I never would have thought that I'd really fuck with a Lil Kana album as heavy as I do now, but we're here. It really is that indie soft sound that I enjoy, and it's all there in that music, and it's never gonna not sound good. It's that type of music that's perfect, man. It's perfect. Perfect. Mental check. I hope you guys are doing well. Stay doing what you need to do. You know, every day we gotta think, okay, how are we gonna conquer the world, man? How are we gonna conquer? And don't forget that you are enough, and you are doing more than enough. Just keep striving, keep growing. I know I say the same thing a lot of times, but just keep it going, man. Don't stop. Do not stop, because time is going to keep going. We're only going to get older. Guys, I need to ask you a question. What do you guys think of the artist Somba? Because he released an album called I Barely Know Her, and I've never listened to his music before. And an artist called Laufey, I don't know. Laufey and Somba. What is their music like? I'm gonna listen to the album anyway, and I'll see what you guys say in the comments, because, you know, we're tapping into different artists now. We're not just listening to the same ones, and everyone's releasing projects during this period of time, so may as well listen to new things and listen to new music, somber and lofi. I think somber has a indie vibe or pop vibe. I don't know, I may be wrong. Lofi is like a Clairo sound, if that makes sense. What is Clairo's music? Pop? It's not pop. Alternate indie. I don't know. Pop. I don't know. But yeah, Clairo's music is perfect. She may still be like my favorite set that I've seen this year. Nah, Beyonce. But yeah, what is their music like? Because I want to tap into their music. Happy Gilmore. We watched the first one and we're watching the second one right now. So far, it is not better than the first one because it just seems a bit too much. And now they do know this changes, especially with the rules of golf and stuff. It's cool, but it's just nice to see that they've done a second one. And to have Bad Bunny there is ridiculous. Like, what is he doing there? We're getting more into our films because I love watching films, but I just don't watch them as much. I've only watched 3 films this year. Well, 3 films that I've released this year. And we got to tap into more because it's a good escape watching films and just to see the cinematography of it. I think that's my favorite part. The sound, the songs that are in the background, and the way they've shot it. Watching films is amazing, and that's something I could do all day. But, you know, in this life, we can't do that. I mean, we can, but yeah, we can't do that, man. That's episode 35 of the Perspective Podcast. It's been a bit different. We added new topics in here, and that's what we like to do, keep things fresh. Let me know what you guys want to see on the next podcast. Make sure you stay tuned, like, comment, literally follow, subscribe, everything, because this is something that we're doing. We will do an event soon, and we are going to keep things going with the run. But yeah, thank you for tapping into the episode 35, and I'll see you guys later.